Cool. Right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, double cheers.
We got double the drinks.
We're back. We weren't gonna be back, but then something happened.
We're 10 hours deep, so now we gotta go vodka. We gotta go straight.
Oh yeah. We were usually it's pints. We're out on the bed.
Usually we start out nice and smooth. Why are you getting this? The first flower bouquet we've had, and you just toss it to the side like it's not important.
I'm sorry. We are here. Fuck. Do you know what? He taught me that. He smashed it to me. You know, they told me the pronunciation of the hotel to give it a shout out. I've fucking forgotten already.
Of the bar?
Yeah.
You better do it. They're giving us free piss. This is the first time we've ever got free piss. And you're just gonna ruin it? Like, not. It's gotta be a sign.
It's called the Subiaco, but that's a Subiaco. Ow.
Is it sore?
Well, let's start. Well, that's kind of, it's all there. We're back, Dan.
Why are you going to such a somber tune?
Right. Dan! What the fuck?
Yeah, just fucking smoked today.
It's bad, huh?
I was doing Spider. I was doing Spider on Sunday, and then one of the boys shot him. It was like the first minute of Spider on Sunday. The bro shot him for a takedown, and I defended, I framed on his arm like this, and then these two fingers got caught.
Oh.
And then he shot in for a double, so these two went back, and this bone here just snapped to pieces.
Well,
finished the Spider in there, and then I just thought my fingers are dislocated. I was like, they're just dislocated. So I was at home, and I've dislocated my fingers a bunch of times, and usually when you dislocate them, in here the joint, it puffs up and it gets swollen. And it was 2 hours after, and there was absolutely no swelling. And I was and then the pain was in the middle of my hand, and I was like, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Went and got an X-ray, and they were just like, nah. And because it was a public holiday in New Zealand, I just went, and they were like, who am I sending this to? And I was like, just show me. I was like, is it broken? And the lady's eyes just went like this. Because they can't, legally, they can't tell you if it's broken.
Why?
I don't know.
Is that a New Zealand thing, or?
I think it's a New Zealand thing. The radiographer can't tell you, they can't diagnose
What a fucking fantastically efficient way to run a business.
I was like, okay, how bad is it? And she just goes like this. I was like, fuck, show me. Turns the screen, I looked, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm out, it's just one of those things. But that's the funny thing, a break is a break, that's done, there's no, it's people hit me up oh, you're good. As a fighter, that's black and white, that I can actually live with, that black and white has to be an accepted part of the sport, that sometimes you're going to break bones, you're going to get injured, and you're going to have to sit out for a bit. And that's black and white. It's the grey area that eats your life. It's the grey area that kills you when you tear ligaments in your hands, and you're like, well, I can't make a fist, but I've got elbows. I want to fight. I don't want to. Yeah. Those are the actually ones that are difficult for a fighter. This is it is what it is. Now I'm in Perth. I'm having fun, get to watch the UFC. Yeah. It is what
Any idea on the recovery?
I think it's 6 weeks in the cast. And then they say these medical experts,
these people in white coats, these people in a degree.
They say you gotta ease into it or whatever, recover it, and then it can. So I'd say.
Did you tell me, you said they want you to ease back into it. Did you tell me in the car you've been sparring with just that hand?
Well, I didn't use it. That's easing back into it. I didn't use it. It's down here.
And then what was it? There's a lot to cover, but you're good. You're still you're cheerful. You're not fucking miserable over it, like you said.
As I said, black and white. It's broken. There's nothing you can do. It's not fractured, or it's not a chip. Or a crack or anything like that. it's snapped off. It's snapped. The The bone is like supposed to be like that, and it's like that. So it's like nothing you can do.
What was the inspiration behind challenging Jalen to a power slap?
I fucking forgot I did that.
You told you said don't get any. Casper, if
I forgot about the power slap.
Oh yeah, why did you do that?
I just completely forgot about that till you reminded me right now.
Shall we order?
I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, but
like most of the things that
at Dana White, so the public couldn't even see it. It was directed at Dana. Like I only saw it because I follow you. And you're like, oh, okay, Jalen, power slap, show and win.
Yeah. Well, if they paid me the amount of money they paid me
To slap.
to have mate, imagine winning the coin slap, knocking them out with one hit, and just being like, man,
What happens if you lose the coin slap?
I think I could take a slap.
Are you still watching it? Are you still a big fan?
Yeah.
You are still.
Yeah. Just competing. Yeah, it's a good one.
So when we spoke last time about like you wanted to be the special fighter catcher, which is the worst thing about your injury, by the way.
That is like that. As soon as I broke, I was like, I'm not going to be able to go to Vegas. Power slaps off the table. The power slap catches off the table. I was like, there's no way they're going to book flights. So I was like, oh.
Because we being a very generous term, we were getting there. Like that was gonna become a thing.
Bro,
right?
the president of Power Slap messaged me.
Yeah.
He's like, the president messaged me and goes, hey Dan, it's sort out their catching position. I was like,
Because I text some people after you said that, I was like, I'll try. I text people in the UFC, and they thought you were taking the piss. They're like, no one can be this big a fan of Power Slap. It must be a joke.
Why?
And I was like, no, he knows their names and shit. And then they were like,
Slap Jesus.
and then
Right on one.
no,
Every time.
and then I clipped that bit and sent it to them, and they're like, oh, it's real. And then it started going up the chain. It started working.
It's real.
But you and Anthony Smith are the two guys I know.
like that.
He watches the regional Power Slap stuff.
Whoa.
He's
I'm
an
not that
OG.
I'm not that dude.
Yeah,
he's
but-
going for that. He's going for that top analyst position.
Yeah.
I'm just going for colour.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I love that. Sorry, but yes. Do we think?
Nah, I think it's it's funny. It's funny. They're like, I don't know. They're like MMA fans get so self-righteous about it that they're just like the concussions. Any argument you have can like be applied to fighting.
So it's funny.
Thank you for your kindness.
Yes, your concern.
You're so generous. You're concerned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, listen. Like I honestly, when I watched it live, it was obviously the best thing I ever did because of the shit face. And then when
but isn't that what fight fans do when they watch fights live? Like that aspect, when you're watching it as a fan, you just remove that aspect from it. You're just like, this
for me, what I think
is the coolest shit I ever seen. Like, there's two guys beating the fuck out of each other. This is great.
I have a feeling most of this will be about Power Slap. But we have a lot of. But I felt like honestly, when I first started watching it, I didn't really like on TV. I didn't think it translated well onto TV. And then your enthusiasm, I was like, that's quite fun. Like, I get off on it now, knowing you're sitting at home.
Initially, I was like with the idea, I was like, nah, this can't be good. And everyone else's reactions, I was like, this can't be good. And then I watched it, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, this is entertaining.
I think going back to on a real conversation, we talk about the sort of holier, the sanctimoniousness, the holier than thou attitude.
If you think that I'm gonna get less damage having a power slap fight with Jalen Turner than actually fighting him, you are fucking kidding yourself. The sanctimonious people sitting. No, we can't let them do this. This is crossing the line. This is your line. This is your line. Well, he can't defend himself. So I can defend myself. So I can take 500 significant shots, as opposed to 3. It's like, oh man,
Dana's gonna fucking ring
you. Your generosity is overwhelming me.
You know no bounds.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm realistic about it. I'm like, it's risk versus reward. You want to sign up and do it as a fucking grown up?
Yeah.
You can sign up and do it.
Well, that's what I think. I mean, So, by the way, just so you know, upstairs they're doing speed dating tonight. So all these people walking past doing speed dating. That bird wins.
I wonder why they keep looking at me, because they're after.
Well, how are you going to ring the bell?
Bing! Yeah. Still got elbows, mate.
Have you ever been speed? Actually, what the fuck was I even going with that?
Been married for ages.
That's true, I forgot about that. Do you
Forgot about that.
Dude, mate, that your long-suffering partner. When I met,
Bless your soul, my love.
when I met her in MSG for the first time, I was actually
It's coming out tomorrow.
I'd like to meet, obviously I only sort of said hello to her briefly, but I'd like to meet her properly. But when she was there, and I was just like, I don't know how you do it. I was just like all over the place. Bless her.
It's coming out tomorrow. Yeah, coming to watch the fights. We got Eternal. Is tomorrow night. You gonna Eternal?
Huh?
It's like a local show. It's like a big local show.
I'll go to it if you're going.
Called Eternal. That's on tomorrow night, and then the night after that.
When you say local show, what do you mean? Like music?
It's like the biggest show in like Australasia is Eternal.
What's it? What, Cirque du Soleil? Fucking music? What is it?
Fighting.
Oh, I didn't.
What else do I fucking watch? Someone's gonna hit someone. I don't give a fuck about whatever's going on. Cirque du Soleil.
Bro, I don't.
How many times I'm gonna Cirque du Soleil? No times. What are you on about?
I mean, I
thought you would have known. You know, you're in the scene.
I'm not very good at this.
You're in the scene. I'm not very good at this.
Bro, today, someone posted on a someone posted a picture of me interviewing Israel a couple of days ago. Actually, didn't want to bring this up because now they know I saw it, and they were like, tag your least favorite journalist, and then put a picture up of me. I was like, oh shit. And then you know what he said? He said, I'm sick and tired of the way he sucks up to Dan Hooker in Israel. I was like, oh dude,
Fuck off.
yeah. Sometimes
I
people,
saw one. Yeah, you see.
Sometimes people are friends,
sometimes
bro.
people need to shut the fuck up. Because I put on my hand, like a broken hand, you know, fuck. That's all I said. Fuck. And then I don't click on comments or whatever, but you see them every now and then. And I saw one and it said, pull out merchant. And I was like, what the
if he was, his career would be in a different place, bro.
I am never pulled out of
He's
anything.
fighting guys with no corners.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
who qualifies you to say that?
Dude, so this guy DM'd me, right? And he goes, one of his friends just got cut from the UFC. He's like, hey, next time you see Dana, I can't remember the guy's name, I apologize. He's like, when you next see Dana, ask him why this guy got cut from the UFC. I guarantee Dana doesn't know who that guy is. So I was like, I just ignored it. Dana did a presser. I didn't say anything, obviously.
Well, you can't even remember his last name.
But the guy DM'd me after. He goes, hey, by the way, fuck you for not asking about my friend. And by the way, I watched your fight. Your head movement, shit. And I replied, I was like, to the first one, I was like, this is not my problem. To the second one, I was like, there may be a case for the shit head movement. I was like, you got a point there. But yeah, fuck, dude. But let's talk. Well, we're all over the gaff. It's just fucking good to see me.
all over the gaff.
All over the gaff. We've done power slap.
Where are you going? Where do you want to go?
I think we should talk about. There are fights on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, our fights.
Do you want to hear something? This is gonna make your week. There's only one.
I'm intrigued.
There's only one man who has outstruck Islam Makhachev in a fight. Dan Hooker right here. He wants that rematch probably.
I'm not taking it. Yeah, I do.
I shit on you.
Take your pity back.
It wasn't pity. I was enjoying it. I wanted to see your reaction. Do you think Volk's gonna do it?
I think he will. Like if you look down in it, when's the last time like anyone from that team had the deck stacked against them? You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
when's the last time that they traveled somewhere and fought someone? Like he was over here for like a press tour. Then he's like coming back over for the fight. Like how that's a long way to travel. Those guys usually don't travel. Those guys usually draw people out to them. winners like, and this is not me criticizing or knocking the way that they do business, because it's obviously an incredible way that
It works.
they've built. It works, right? Like by limiting the risk that they take. Like you can't say that, but like when has Islam or Khabib ever taken a short notice fight? Like name one time. Like name one time that the deck was like not stacked in their favor. You know what I mean? Like what, me and Bobby Green, then even they even dragged Oliveira out to Abu Dhabi. This is the first time that they think because he's of the lighter weight that they can stack the deck, they can come down here.
Mean, if you wanted to,
I think he's taking it too lightly.
If you wanted to go on that narrative, and I don't necessarily agree with like this aspect of it. I do hear what you're saying about the same deck, but even like their first action as champion was to call out the guy in a weight class below them. You know, like still, it's a great call out, but it's still, you know what I mean?
I feel like it's like hunting for like the easy, and then
certainly Islam's giving the appearance that he thinks it's going to be a bit of a walk in the park.
You can see it on his face.
Yeah,
like, you can see it on his face.
When they did the face-off, and I was surprised today that Islam is a lot taller than Alex. I didn't realize how.
Everyone is, bro. Like.
Yeah, but I didn't realize like quite how. But you can tell Islam, like he's like squeezing his muscles, like good effort, kid. You know, you can tell he's just
yeah. Stylistically, like obviously I know Volk. I know him quite well. Like that's not how you beat Volk. Trying to hold him down, holding Volk down is not like. Style for style is not the way that you beat him. That's definitely not.
I think I've said this in like every bit of content I've done this week. For me, like especially with the crowd today at the presser, like the thing I'm looking forward to is when Islam takes him down, because he probably will. When Alex gets back up, the crowd reaction, like, they're gonna like go fucking mental.
Mate, I'm gonna be throwing beers.
I told you. Yeah. I'm gonna be sitting there on media row being like, I have no bias or interest in how this fight goes. I don't work for a guy who hates that guy. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I think that's going to be fucking. I just think as well, you got to respect someone who goes for greatness. Like Alex is going
for sure
for fucking greatness. And
he is like Islam's not like Islam's going for that. I feel like the picture is painted as like Islam's going for pound for pound, but Islam's going for like an easy win. Volk's going for greatness. Like that's a completely different mentality of the two fighters coming into the same fight. Like they're both coming into this like Islam's going, oh, I can steal an easy couple $1 million in pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And Volk's going like, I want to be the best human walking the face of the planet at fighting.
I even said to Alex, I was like, bro, like, I said, I don't know you a lot, but you know, I know you a little bit. I guarantee, dude, if he wins the lightweight belt, defends it a couple of times, defends featherweight a couple of times, he'll look at welterweight. He'll 100% start looking at 170.
100%.
He's a little bit of a psycho.
He's nuts. Like that can't be. You can't cap like that kind of competitiveness.
Yeah.
It can't be.
I love it, man. I think it's great. It's great for the sport and like.
And then like Islam's teams come out and said like, oh, you know, you'll have like 4, maybe 5 fights and then retire. And it's like, that's playing it safe.
I'm putting this out in the ether because I know they don't want this to happen. I think Islam should, if he wins and beats Alex, he should move up to 170 and he should fight Hamzat. I don't see any political or weird reasons why that shouldn't happen. Those two should definitely fight.
He wouldn't.
I think that to be fair, there are other reasons why those two won't fight.
Yeah, of course, but it's like they would never do anything that outlandish.
Yeah.
You see if I won a belt. Fuck.
Dude, you once told me.
My first call out was the heavyweight title.
I was like,
I've got one.
I said to you,
I can go.
I said to you
get all of them.
I said to you, I was like, can you imagine fighting Francis Ngannou? And you went, yeah. I was like, no, but don't be silly. You went, I'd fight Francis. I was like, dude, fucking hell.
I am delusional.
You're self-assured in your delusion. I respect that.
Yeah, give it a crack.
What do you think of old Michael Chandler and Conor doing tough?
That's a perfect fight for Conor.
Yeah?
That's a perfect fight to come back, do tough, like get people interested in the fight. I think that was a great decision by him. I think that's good. Do it at 170. Maybe the boys just come in there hot.
Yeah.
I think Conor gets it done. I think like if he comes back, same shit, like timing, and he comes back with that same power, I feel like Conor gets it done. But yeah, I think that's a great fight. Like Chandler's the perfect pick. Like he's head and shoulders. Tough just adds to it. Like
if you had to coach Tough, who would be the guy that you would like least want to be around every day for 6 weeks or whatever it is?
What, competing against?
Like you're competing against them, but also like you have to be around them. Like who's the guy you'd be like, oh, get this guy?
The other
coach. Like who would you want to lead? Like obviously it would be the best TV, but for you personally, like who would you be like?
Nah,
by the end
like,
of 6
that's
weeks,
the funny thing about it. Like I don't know if you realize, but I thoroughly enjoy conflict. So it's like.
Do you know what, Dan? I think I do.
People are like, oh, I don't like that guy. I'm gonna avoid him. Like me, I go like, I don't like that guy, and I'm like, so, what are you doing later? Like, fuck, I want to fuck with him. You know what I mean?
But like, okay, so who, if you could do coach? I'm trying to think who. I think you and Tony would be good TV.
He's insane. Like that's a walk in the park. Like I think I'd run rings around him. I think that's. I don't think the American audience would get my sense of humor. Either.
I agree with that.
99% sarcasm, which just flies over the top of the
deadpan as well.
Yeah.
Tony, I think you're really dangerous. Like, I can imagine.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
But what I'm about to say next is about to be edited out. Now we're back. Yeah. If you had to do speed dating, what would you move?
What are you looking up at? You dirty dog.
Shall we bring in our guests?
Yes.
Boys, here we are with Submission Radio.
Hey. It's great to
Howdy.
see you boys. Here we go. Here we go.
Fucking cheers. Have we gone off the rails yet, or we're just about to?
There's been a few edits.
Hey, it's great to be here, guys.
Another cut.
Hey,
seeing the handsomeness in real life, like 3 years of video calls, and now to just drink it all in.
Born with it.
And then also Dan's here too, which is good.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
You gotta let the big dog have it, Dan. Hey, that's a nice cast, man. It's blue and it blends in.
Have we spoken about the great masturbating incident?
Yes.
Have we covered this?
His cum shot so fierce it broke his metatarsals.
Too relatable.
Nah, I've got a costume change. This is just the outer.
Yeah, I was curious about but how
this is camo in case you fall into the ocean.
Why don't you let people sign it and shit? Like
because only that side's plaster.
Oh yeah, I did notice that in the picture.
Because this is the one that they put on first because they expect your hand to swell.
Right.
And then when I get back to New Zealand, then they put the fiberglass on.
Do you remember what you told me when you sent me the picture and told me that you'd done it with it? Whoa.
It's a lot of drinks.
He said, do you remember what he told me?
Big nose over here.
Big nose over here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Dan, I've never heard of cider with vodka in it in my life.
What even is this?
How does this affect the power slap, Dan? Like, the cast.
I will. I'm ambidextrous.
The reigning champion right here.
Hide it behind your back.
Left hand.
Blindfolds on for this? I haven't watched it yet.
Left hand on 3. It's good. You can't tell me you don't enjoy watching.
We were just talking about the sanctimoniousness of MMA media and how they're all fucking cunts, basically. What do you think about that?
Hey, listen, as MMA media ourselves,
They are all our cunts. Because we are cunts, so we can say they're all cunts as well.
No, but they're proper cunts. We're all right.
But are they good, the GC kind or the proper kind?
Oh, mate, they sit there.
What you got there?
Please, baby.
Oh, it's a
Casio.
It's a diving watch. I'm diving for content this week, and I want to be prepared. Brother, I'll be diving on you in a second if you know.
Dude, last night we went gambling.
Seiko.
We were playing roulette, and every time he lost a hand, he'd be like, "That's a preview show's funding down the drain."
Yeah. Speaking of that, who's available for 5 preview shows tomorrow? Because there's some bets to be played. Yeah,
Dan, you're here. That means you're available. We lost all our money on the roulette wheel.
That's a worthy cause. If you lost your money gambling, I'll help you get out of it.
Yeah.
But
Dan,
yes.
Dan, we wasted it on hookers as well. Does that mean 2 preview shows?
Easy. Of course.
So you were telling us earlier about how you went to this gay club last night.
All right, so obviously,
What a segue. What a beautiful segue.
We don't do segues on this show, buddy.
we were hanging and banging
Hi,
in
brother.
Perth. Hanging and banging in Perth. And of course, Mike Bond's like, hey, let's all go to the gay club. And we're like, Mike, listen, a happy club, a club where everyone has a good time. Everyone has a good time. I'm always happy to go to a happy club. I go in, we're about to go into this place. Submission Radio, we love you. No. Whoa. Easy. That's Mike. And then as me and Casper are going, and they're like, Casper, Dennis, you guys are back so soon. Like, you guys were just here the other night. Because you know the hooker story. He just said we spent all our money on the hookers, obviously.
Yeah. Dave and Alan, they were called, I believe.
Yeah.
Rick and Tristan, actually.
You know what's interesting? If you pay them double, you could call them anything you want.
Well, no one's drinking your fucking sociopath drink.
Hey. I ordered that drink.
Well, it's cider with vodka shots in it.
The man's drink.
It's Tony Ferguson's
It's a drink for a man to take advantage of another man.
Yeah.
Rectally.
Yeah, this is what you drink before you wake up with your arse. Yeah, Dave.
We'll see it though.
Have you drunk this before?
Nice.
Yeah, get into that.
Cider and vodka, huh? All right, lads.
All right. Weigh-ins tomorrow.
Let me get a little taste of this.
Wet the whistle. Nothing, right?
Anyway,
Told ya.
we're hanging out.
Admit it. It's not bad. Admit it.
It's a good year.
It's actually pretty good.
It's actually.
It's actually, you know
He says
what?
with tears in his fucking eyes.
It's good. I love it.
Who are you picking in that? You 40, are you? Do you know how I know that? They showed it on the highlight reel. I was like, oh, that's fucking 48.
Yeah, when I was fucking 24.
I didn't
That
say
was a while back.
I didn't say it was relative to today, but out of those two, who do you hate more?
It's just too many tools in the bag. I feel like he's like preserved himself quite well.
Yeah.
Like he's always been pretty smart about the fights that he picks. He's like looked after himself quite well. There was obviously the one that he mucked up with Frankie Edgar. But,
Oh yeah, that was fucked.
But I think people have forgotten.
That was
about
too much too soon, man. I feel like a lot of people could have seen that coming.
Yeah, but they did him a favor by giving him fucking BJ.
Yeah. That was not fun if you're a
I feel
BJ
like
fan.
for Emma, obviously dangerous right hand. Like if he cracks you with that, but to have like one tool versus 20 tools, it's like.
But is he like, he's 37, he's been like trying to have a crack at this. Emmett!
Josh Emmett. Dude, he was at Team Alpha Male since 2006 when the gym, like the first inception. Isn't that crazy?
Josh, am I right? Gosh.
It's like, kind of like a bit of a dream story, right?
Shit'll get off the
I don't know, I've only overheard
You
people.
shouldn't. Like it's the title.
Tell him that when he weighs in
He's
tomorrow.
literally
Tell
shitting.
him.
All getting off
That's
the
a
bar.
fair point.
Tell him that when he weighs in tomorrow. When he weighs in and makes weight, be like, about
Yell it
fucking
out,
time.
yell it out.
Well done,
Yell it
mate.
out, yell it out. Good time. Good one, old timer.
Fair play though, right? What is that? 17 years chasing the
that's a
belt.
long way.
Holy fucking shit!
It's a good story. So going in there.
I'm glad they came in, dude. They really are holding this together.
No,
now,
but
aren't
hey, Yair looks in great nick. And then did you guys hear how they're saying, hey, we'll come back to Australia. Like, we'll actually unify the title here. A couple of fights down under, bro. Yair and Josh. Some
I heard
handsome
they flew
guy
him
that
a
was
fucked
at.
up way. I heard
Yeah, they flew Yair the fucking from
I heard
Mexico.
they
Bali, Colombia, something.
the whole wrong way around the world.
Really? Austria. They sent him to Austria by accident. He's too nice. He's like, okay, guys.
Yeah, 36 hours.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Nice style at the press conference. Can we just say for Yair? Look nice sunglasses.
not
Ripped
watch it. I
shirt.
did
Ripped
not watch
shirt.
it.
Dan Hooker's been drinking for, what did we say, 10 hours straight? I don't think Dan
That's
was
like
what-
what fucking
At
press
least
conference?
14. What's the time? Oh, well.
Alright, you know what? Alright, fine, I'll have another one.
It's not bad, eh?
All right, you've twisted my arm.
Hey, G. It's not bad, eh? It's not bad, eh?
It's not bad, eh?
It's all right. Is it that good? It's good.
Is it nice to see these guys in person again?
Yeah, it's trippy.
Have you ever seen us? Oh, we saw a couple of times. We were outside your house in the bushes.
Yeah, when there's that scratching on the window and you're like, the fuck is that? That's us.
I was hiding in the shower a couple of times like Justin Timberlake in Cry Me a River, but Casper was in the car going, the damage is done, so I guess I'll be leaving.
The missus is like, the missus is like, it's probably nothing. Oh, it was something.
Yeah, the boys.
The boys.
Boys were there. No, it's great to see you, man. Just cutting back to this, it's great to see you. What about Paulo Costa not being here, huh?
Paulo Costa would have been fun, huh?
There were a few fallouts. Kai's fight fell apart.
Yeah.
Paulo Costa fight fell apart. What else? There was only
I feel like, Dan, you were kind of in the talks of being on this card.
Didn't they hold a space?
We were
for
pumped to
you?
see
And they
you
gave it
here.
to Jack.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Jack stole me spot. But I feel alright about that.
Why didn't it happen?
Jack like 3 knockouts in a row. Yeah, but I only did those last week.
I'll be honest, man. Like,
That'll be worse. Like, that'll be worse to get like 1 week out and then break your
I'll be honest. Like, I'm fucking shattered for you, right? Because this affects you, your life, your career, family. But selfishly,
I'm talking Mars.
selfishly, I'm fucking kind of happy because then we can do this. You wouldn't be having fucking death juice if it wasn't for
I
that.
said to him, I go, yeah, death. I said to him, I was like,
I'm injured. My fight's out.
I said-
so you can drink for pub talk.
I said, are you coming to Perth? He went, oh, fuck, it's far, eh? I was like, yeah, I understand. It's probably stupid. He went, don't tell me that I fucking live my life.
Didn't you make the decision like really, really late?
No,
I was
I
going
booked
to
my
say like
tickets
a
yesterday.
day
I booked my
ago.
tickets
Is
yesterday.
Dan coming? He doesn't know yet. What do you mean? The fight's like in an hour.
You are a savage, aren't you?
Yesterday, and I'll fly out Tuesday. Well, we got a cyclone hitting New Zealand.
So you're like, I'm getting the fuck out.
Might not be able to get back.
You seem very concerned.
No, I'm not. I don't have to fuck all for the next 6 weeks.
Do you reckon, so when, let's say May, June, is that what we're doing? Are you going
Nah, what are we now? Yeah.
Yeah. This is where, like,
I would fight.
a normal human would wait.
Doctor.
You're surgeon right now.
Doctor.
Doctors say it's
I went to school and learned some things.
Surgeon's losing his mind. No, Dan, we had a conversation about it.
I went in and saw like a hand specialist. Like I was like, yo, give me a hand specialist.
Yeah.
Went to the hand specialist. I was like, all right, what is, first question, I go, what is the world record for recovering from a broken hand? And they go, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's not how that works. That's just not how that works.
This guy's flipping through the Guinness Book of Records, be like, I don't know if there is one.
Yeah, they're like, that's not how that works. I was
They're like, the
what are
body
you
works
talking
in
about?
2 months, and you're like, we'll see if we can shave a couple of months off that.
Yeah, I like the way you're thinking.
Fist bumping, but not
It
hard.
just got worse.
What is the world record?
But
Nah, I reckon,
Dr. Nick
like-
with the errors, like, 2 weeks, I think.
You'll be the bionic man when you
There's
return.
nothing you can inject in it, do nothing. Like, that's what we talked about earlier. It's like, it's
fucking wave it around.
Can you fit that in a
black
glove?
or-
Can you
it's
fit that
black
in a
or
glove?
white. It's black or
Get the
white.
Brock Lesnar glove on it and then be like, hey,
No,
hey,
I
one hand's
sparred,
bigger than
already
the other.
sparred.
He's been sparring.
Yeah,
Wow.
my man.
The Art Jimison.
Just boxing.
He's been
yeah,
sparring.
Listen. Yeah. Hey, don't lose a round, Cobb. I don't know what.
I mean, once you got it in a glove, no one would have known anyway. Did you ever think of that, Dan? You kind of outed yourself with a cast, man.
Well, I feel like if I had been booked on Perth, and then I
You wouldn't have
broke
said
it,
shit.
I wouldn't have said shit. If it was like a week out and I'd broken it and I was like going into Perth, I think I would have done it anyway.
Do you know what I mean? I have every
I
confidence
think-
that is 100%
I
what would
think
have
I would have
happened.
injected it with cortisone so I couldn't feel it, and then I would have fought anyway.
It's what Kurt Angle
you'd
did in
have
the
been way
1999
into
But-
it as well.
I
2000,
feel
I
like
think.
I haven't done
Only
the other fight is 4 weeks. I haven't been cleared medically for that yet. So like he would have gone, they do this. Like they get your arm and they go, he would have grabbed my hand and I would go,
Dude, I remember when they, after, I don't know if you know how to fight. After my fight, their
It's
medical...
a great fight, man. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that.
It's
Yeah.
there's we don't need to over it.
It's a good part, Dan.
Very
You're right.
well documented. But no, their medicals afterwards were like, he got my nose and just went like that. I was like, dude, if that was broken, that would have really hurt.
Yeah, because you go like this. Oh. All right, boys.
All right.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, okay. It's about time.
Are we doing? Yeah, nah.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Are you a downer? You want to down it?
Oh, yeah. Let's.
What? Oh! Oh, man. Think of the views, as David would say.